Hey, what's going guys? I know it's been a while, but today I'll be covering my first impressions of Gears of War 4 Horde mode. As some of you guys may know, I've been a fan of the Gears games for a very long time. In particular, I'm in love with Horde mode, so it's obviously the first thing that I tried when I jumped onto the game yesterday. Let me tell you right now, it is amazing. Go play it. Don't watch this impressions video. Buy it right now. Ignore me. Do not listen to me. Click this video off. If you've been a long time fan of Gears as well, I can tell you, you will love Horde mode in Gears of War 4. I actually played Gears of War 4 Early Access during an Xbox event last week, as well as during EB Expo in Sydney. As soon as I tried Horde mode, I was dying for the game to come out. I've been super excited. So right now I'm playing the Ultimate Edition. You get the game 4 days in advance, which is amazing. What wasn't amazing though was preloading the game, scrolling through the menu, and then having to leave to go to work. So quick overview for newcomers, Horde mode is a mode in Gears of War 4 where waves and waves of enemies come at you. They want to kill you, so you have to do your best to survive as a team. And there's 50 waves in total for each map, and every 10th wave there's a randomized boss as well as the scary as crap enemies that you have to kill. Gameplay wise, it feels amazing. The movement and mechanics feel the same as previous games. There's a real sense of familiarity when I got my hands on it. It feels just like the old Gears Horde mode, and I'm really relieved. They've brought back some of the classic weapons, the Gnasher, the Lancer, and more are back. The tower defense mechanism is still a big part of Horde mode, but they've added a couple of new things. One of them is called the Fabricator. It's a box where you build all of your equipment for defense, such as spike fences, turrets, sentries, decoys, and so on. At first, I didn't really realize how important the Fabricator was, because aside from being able to build everything from it, picking where you choose where you want to place it is actually super important as well. It's a big part of setting up your base and building a good defense system. When my friends and I started playing, we actually had no idea where to put it, so we actually chose a really crappy spot. So we started building our defense around this crap spot, and we just kept dying. So, you know, speaking of dying, when you actually die, teammates will drop a blue tag. So if you go pick that up and you run to the Fabricator and you deposit their tag, well, remember when I said that the Fabricator was super handy? Well, it's so handy that it actually brings your teammates back to life mid-wave, so that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously if they died, they probably were in a really tough spot, so you might find it tough to go back to their body and pick up their tag, but I really like this addition to the game. It makes sense, I guess, kind of. When it comes to the Fabricator, if you find a good spot and you begin to fortify your base, you'll have a much better chance of survival. But remember that you can actually move it at the start of each wave, so if you do happen to pick a crappy spot like my friends and I did, all you need to do is just move it before the new wave starts and you'll be good to go. Another thing that's new is the class system in Horde. At first, I really wasn't sure how I felt about it. Essentially, there's 5 classes to choose from: Soldier, Sniper, Engineer, Heavy, and Scout. And each class has different skills that you choose from as well. It's not a system where each role can only be picked by one person, or that each role has to be filled by one person. If you want, essentially you could have 5 snipers if that's how your team happens to want to play. What I liked about the new class system is, while the game does encourage you to cooperate and work together as a team, you don't really have to sit there and discuss who needs to play as which role in order for you to have fun and do well. It's not a system where if you don't have one sniper when you play, you'll be absolutely screwed, so it's nothing like that. But having said that, a role such as the Engineer is probably someone you'd want on your team. I'm not saying that because I happen to choose the Engineer, I promise you. But the Engineer's primary role is to repair and fortify all defense systems when they get broken. And they will get broken because that's what happens when monsters come crashing through a fence. But it actually took me up until wave 26 to realize that I had a little weapons repair tool that I was carrying around and not using. So you want to bust out that little weapons repair tool if you're playing as the Engineer, because your teammates are going to keep asking you why you're not repairing fences, and you're going to not know why. So you know, that's why, and you should bust out that tool, friends. Anyway, when you happen to kill an enemy, they drop these little chip thingies. That's a new thing in the game as well. It works pretty much as money, I suppose, so you have to go around collecting those little gold tag chip things before each next wave begins, because once the next wave begins, they all disappear. So I guess you could say it works like money in the game. So what you do is you kill an enemy, they'll drop this little gold tag, you go collect it before the next wave starts, and then you go to the fabricator, you deposit the little chip, and then you can buy more fortifications for your base. So it's a pooled resource as well, so everyone on your team has access to all of the money, I suppose, I keep calling it, in the fabricator. So be careful, because if you have a shopaholic on the team and they just buy all this random stuff, it could cause a rift in the team and you might all die. Overall though, my first impressions of Gears of War 4 Horde is that it's ridiculously fun. I'm relieved that it feels so much like Gears 2 Horde mode, which we all loved. They've added a few new parts to the mode and they're all good additions too, in my opinion. I'm super excited to play more tonight. So that's it with my impressions. Follow me on Twitter, add me on Xbox, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!